Hold up, are we live? I think we are live right now. So, one of the things that I do want to share today is that we have quite a bit to talk about. We have a moon landing for the first time in 50 years. It's amazing. And then, secondly, we have the Joe Biden administration who thought that it is amazing to try to go head on and start giving away some money to the citizens of the US. And on top of that, what they want to start going into is how can we start looking into what it is that can take us to that next level? What is that AI tool that is having that issue? But also, we're going to start talking about the all out assault on your dreams. So let's go ahead on and get this intro started and hang tight.
Welcome to the About That Wallet Show, where building strong financial concepts and strategies and behaviors has never been easier in the economy. Now here's your host, Anthony Weaver.
All right. What's going on? Good evening, everyone. I am actually trying to something a little different here. I was actually thinking about what would it look like if I actually played a video game while I do these because I thought it was like let's add a little bit extra flavor to this whole process. So one of the things that we are doing right now is we're going to start talking about how to um, just take a look into assaulting you on your dreams. So one of the things that I want you to think about is what it is that you've been dreaming about and just feeling as though you cannot accomplish it. Now that all out assault on your dreams, you have to think about it. Why do you go to sleep at night? Why is it that most entrepreneurs, when they feel as though they can't go to sleep, they always thinking about what in the world that they can do to take themselves to the next level? But when it comes to your dreams, you have the power to actually decide if this is something that you want to do. Now, though you might feel as though you're not doing the best that you can do, but you also feel as though you feel it that it's just really something about how can you take your dreams to that next level. You show up every day, you do what you can to make sure that you are doing the best that you can for life. And then all of a sudden, somebody's just like, you know what? We don't know what's going to happen um, with you. And you just like all stuck and you just don't know what to do. So, what you do is go ahead on and try to make your life happen. You go around and, you just take one day at a time. But sometimes that just doesn't work. And you find out that life can be really lifing sometimes. And you just got to figure out why can't you make it happen? So what you do is go ahead on and really live the life that you want to. Now, how do you do that? You need to first acknowledge what is hurting you right now. Do you feel as though that you're getting the best bang for your buck, as some would say? And if you feel as though you're not getting the best bang for your buck, you might need to think about what is holding you back. Are you holding yourself back? Do you feel like you're constantly failing? And if you feel like you're constantly failing, I really suggest that you take a moment to understand what it is that you're constantly failing at. Now, if you feel as though you're failing at life in general, then you might want to take some time to really um, sit back and relax and just take a moment to clean up what's in your life, what's in your mind. Because when you look at a boiling pot, you notice that you're you can't see your reflection. But as soon as that pot is still, you can see your full reflection. You can actually see what is going on your face. You can see everything. So, what it means is that with a calm mind, you have a better opportunity to take a look and reflect on what is going on. You have the opportunity to go ahead on and give everything that you need to that particular dream. You have everything you need to um, sit back and really think about what it is that you want in your life. And if you feel as though you're not getting it, then we need to start evaluating who is in your life right now that is causing you those problems. I want you to think about that. Who are the what are the items in your space that is causing you stress? Is it something that, you had like a friend, a family, uh maybe even a coworker? Who are those people that are really hurting your lifestyle right now? You really need to start thinking about those. Now, if those people are still having that impact on your life to where as though you feel as though you're not making any progress, then we have a whole nother issue to deal with. These are the things that you need to start looking into what it is that is keeping you away from your goals. So now how do you take the full assault? Now that you already had the reflection, I want you to start thinking about why why are these things should keep showing up in my life and keep coming up as roadblocks inside my way, like it really roadblocks just blocking me from getting to my goals. I want you to think about that. These are the things that could cause so many issues, to the point where you're stressing out every day. You feel as though you're constantly rushing. What are those stressors? I want you to think about that because we don't have time to sit around and just think about like life all the time. And sometimes we just really just want to relax. And are you really relaxing? And if you feel as though you're not relaxing, I want you to let's see if I can pick this snowball up. No, I guess I can't. Whatever. So having that moment in your life on why uh you can't succeed is one of the things that I want you to think about. Oh no. Um and why you feel as though you need to be the only one to do the job. Sometimes the things that you stress out about are not really things you could should be stressing out about. Can these things that you're stressing out about really be beneficial to you? And in a way that you just need another perspective. And having a different perspective in the way how you operate could actually benefit you in a way that you don't expect it. So when having that a full assault, you need to go out and start thinking about how can somebody else in your life can support you in everything that you need to do. And if that doesn't work out, then you have the opportunity to go ahead on and start thinking about, should I read a book? Do books help? Can I go head on and start listening to other podcasts such as this one that could actually help you build, take you to that next level? Now, if you feel as though you can't take yourself to that next level because of all of these things, then it's another opportunity that you have. You can go ahead on and do, which is, you know, play some video games, figure out something as a de stressor. And when you find a de-stressor, the reason why I want you to get to that moment of clarity and that reason why you need to get to where you need to go is so that you can go ahead on and take a moment and really take a deep dive into what it is that you want. We on this earth for such a short period of time. And keep in mind, we're just in a rock in space. And we need to figure out why we do what we do and when we do it. And the reason why we do this is so that we can figure out what it is that we want in our dreams. Now, there are different levels on the ways how you think of things. Believe there are four different levels. So when you think of just say an apple, I heard this recently. So if you think of an apple, or if you hear the word apple, you don't think of anything. That's okay. That's like level one. Level two, you can think about an outline, almost like think of a piece of art with nothing filled in. It's just an outline. Number three, or level three, is a picture of an apple with a little bit of shading. So there's like some gray, some reds in there, and so forth. So if you have that, that's okay. Now the fourth level is where you kind of get it. It's almost looks like that AI when it first starts out, and it's kind of like cartoonish. That is kind of like level three, and level four, or the final level, is more likely fully detailed, like a pure apple, as if you conjugated it up in your mind and you can actually see it, pretty much taste it, smell it, like it's the real deal. And your mind is so powerful that it can actually do that. Um, and by having that opportunity of understanding how the mind is, you are able to fully understand what it is like to have that power in your hand and actually in your mind. So conjugating up your dreams to reality, and that is something that you can actually do. One of the things about having an opportunity to think that way is really cool. So the people who, when you think of an apple or hear the word apple, some people just can't think of anything, and it's okay. I think only 2 to 3% of the people in the world just can't think of anything. It's not that something is wrong. It's just that you just interpret the world a little differently. So that's the cool thing about all of this, actually, is that we can go head on and conjugate everything that's in our dreams. And if we have a full assault on it, which means that we can take that ability to go head on and take full advantage of what it is that we do on a day to day basis. And we have that opportunity to share that moment with each other. And because we are having that moment to share with each other, or even to share with the world, I think that's one of the things when it comes to dreams that we really need to understand what is happening, understand what it is that we are doing to make things happen. Now, also, for some of you who are watching this live on YouTube, I'm actually streaming this on YouTube. I think I did Twitter and Facebook. So, because I am sharing this out, one of the cool things I really do enjoy about, as you see me play Animal Crossing. I mean, yeah, I think this is Animal Crossing. I don't even know what game is this. Yeah, I'm playing Animal Crossing. So, um, because I'm playing Animal Crossing, is kind of get me to think of like, all right, I'm up here doing all of these chores, like collecting cherries from tree to tree, and like, why aren't I outside in real world collecting, things off trees? And why am I sitting here just having this moment in interaction with digital characters? Having this assault on your dreams is just very similar to this. Whereas that I'm not really taking full advantage of what's the possibilities of actually enjoying real life. I'm taking a moment from my day to play a digital character on a digital space to have a moment with all the characters that are on this game. And I really do enjoy having that full assault on your dreams because nobody else is doing it. Nobody else can dream for you. And I want you to take advantage, and I want you to think about that the next time you go ahead on. Oh no, there is no undo button. I just messed up my walkway. So, um, yeah, so that's what it is when it comes to dreams and so forth. I believe, I thought, StreamYard did allow messages or posts from Twitter. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that of topics when it comes to your dreams, please let me know as we talk about this. So one of the things about um, having this ability to, first off, uh, dream is that life is something that we need to take advantage of. And to take it full advantage of it, we need to really sit down and have clarity on what do we really want in life. All right. So we had that moment. Now I do want to bring up because we just did something that was really cool for the US. So let me see if I can pull that up right quick because this is actually today's news. Uh, I'm gonna take a small break, so I'm gonna play some music as I get everything set up. So just hold tight for a moment. Alrighty, so let's see what one of the first things that happened today. I do want to share this moment with everybody. This is the first time in history, as you guys might know or don't know, is that I used to work for NASA. So this is actually pretty cool. I actually love learning about this stuff and actually seeing it on TV and so forth like that. So I'd like to share this out. Let's listen to this. As this is going to be the first time in 50 years that this has ever happened. So let me go ahead on and share that. And
Five, four, three, two, one, ignition, and liftoff. Go SpaceX, go IM-1 and the Odysseus lunar lander.
Vehicles pitching downrange. Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
Nominal power and telemetry.
Mach 1.
Separation confirmed.
And back ignition.
Stage 1 boost back startup. Bearing separation confirmed. IM-1
Odysseus lunar lander separation confirmed.
All right. So, for those of you who are listening to that, that was actually the first time in 50 years that, uh, somebody actually took time out to deploy something to the moon. And the reason why they did it, they were actually doing it on the south side of the moon because there's relatively, they said that they found ice. And because of the ice, they figured like, hey, it will be a great way to kind of start having having discussions and conversations about what it is that, um, you know, astronauts can actually do. They can take water and actually do all the fun stuff with it, and because they can do all the fun stuff with water, they just using the polar caps to go there. And it got me thinking, if us, if there were moon people and they felt as though, the polar caps were just too cold for them as, native moon people, would any other alien, if they are out there, just saying, would they go to our polar caps just to kind of siphon whatever nutrients that they need to kind of go to their next planet or look at other ventures? Say if Earth is just a stop off point to kind of continue on to wherever else they want to go. It got me thinking about that. And is that something that you think of too? Who knows? But I think that will be very interesting to see whatever they come out with, because I think that is interesting to have moon landing stuff happening for the first time. So, for those of you who are not familiar with it, this is, I believe this thing is called Orbo or something. Ordo, they call this thing. So, they call it something else because it's one of those local companies. Let me see if I can share my screen again. Um, so what they called it. Yeah. So they said that that is marketed, the first American spacecraft has landed on the moon since the last crewed Apollo mission over 50 years ago. The last time the American spacecraft touched down on the moon was in 1972 during the Apollo 17 mission. The lunar lander. Oh man, this is awesome. Let's see. I got some intro music for this guy. Let's see. I got somebody about to come on this show. Hold on. Let's get some intro music. So, coming to the stage, but you gotta give it up to him. Name is Justin Poe. What up, sir? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's going on, sir? What's going on? Oh, I guess he missed out. Until next time, we're gonna go back on to this thing. So anyway, we got the lunar lander touchdown at 6:24 p.m. Eastern, which is Thursday today. And its mission is part of NASA's Commercial Lunar Payload Services initiative and Artemis campaign. Although the lander was believed to be on the moon, the signal being transmitted by the equipment was lost. So I remember hearing about this earlier today, at least on the radio, that they were saying that they did make confirmation and connection, but maybe they might try again later to go ahead on and get some of this communications back up. And I think this is great, considering that you have a U.S. aircraft, spacecraft, really, carrying a U.S. made, I guess you could say, observatory machine to kind of take a look into what is going on the moon. And I'm not sure about you all, but I think that's actually pretty cool, because the next step is, once you can get the machine there, can we get humans there? If we can get humans there, can we start bringing other junk up in there so they can have more junk space and more space out there? We'll call it space junk and get all that stuff out there. I think that'd be pretty cool. All right. So that's fun. I think that is fun. All right. So let's hold on for the music so I can go for my next transition here. We're going to start talking about what has bonding done for students and their student loans. Hold tight. All right. So we're back. Let's go ahead on and see what the Biden administration has done for us lately. Hopefully it's something good, but we'll see what he got to say. Let's see. We got about 9 minutes. This should be nice and entertaining. Let's see what they got to say. And I'll cut them short if need be. Let's see what he got. Can I play the music? There we go.
We realize. Thank you. Folks, I'm happy to have been able to forgive these loans because when we realize and relieve Americans of their student debt, they're free to chase their dreams. But I'm trying to make sure they hear about Delaware, but it ain't working yet. Early in my term, I announced a major plan to provide millions of working families with debt relief for their college student debt. Tens of millions of people in debt were literally about to be canceled, their debts. But my MAGA Republican friends in the Congress, elected officials, and special interests stepped in and sued us, and the Supreme Court blocked it. But that didn't stop me. I announced we were going to pursue alternative paths for student debt relief for as many borrowers as possible. And that's the effort that's been underway the last 2 years. And too many Americans are still saddled with unsustainable debt in exchange for a college degree. This plan is the most generous repayment program ever, and today we're doing it even faster and quicker than ever before. I'm proud to announce our SAVE plan. We are immediately canceling the debt loans for over 150,000 borrowers, nearly 6 months ahead of schedule. Starting today, we're canceling student debt for borrowers who are enrolled in the SAVE plan and have been paying student loans for as little as 10 years. If they borrowed less than $2,000, it's forgiven. $12,000, excuse me. The loan is forgiven. This action will be a huge help to graduates of community college and borrowers of smaller loans, putting them back on track faster for debt forgiveness than ever before. This builds on other progress I've made in canceling student debt for close to 4 million Americans through various actions. For example, we fixed what was called the Public Service Loan Program, Loan Forgiveness Program, which was designed to make sure that school teachers, firefighters, law enforcement officers, social workers, public servants get their student loans forgiven if they make payments for 10 years in a row and 10 years of public service at the same time. And when I took office, there were 7,000 public servants who had taken advantage of this program and had it forgiven. But thanks to the reforms we made in the program, now there are nearly 800,000 have had their debts forgiven. 800,000. Many who didn't know they were able to get it and do it as quickly and as possible. Look, early in my term, I announced a major plan to provide millions of working families. I'm proud to have been able to give borrowers like so many of you the relief you earned. I promise you, I'm never going to stop fighting for hardworking American families. So if you qualify, you'll be hearing from me shortly. Thousands of people per month are eligible, about 25,000 a month. Every 2 months will be paid on a 50,000 basis, but are eligible for relief, and they'll get a letter from me letting them know they're qualified. And when they get that letter, your debt's going to be forgiven. How many of you had student loans forgiven there? All right. I tell you what. How about anybody over $10,000? $30,000? $50,000? Next month, okay. Anyway, seriously, thank you. And people have to understand, you've not only did the right thing by busting your neck and going back to school and doing as well as you did in school, but you're breaking your neck for people. You're doing it through programs that benefit the society, benefit the American people. While a college degree is still a ticket to a better life, that ticket is too expensive. And too many Americans are still saddled with unsustainable debt in exchange for a college degree. I'm proud to announce our SAVE plan. We are immediately canceling the debt loans for over 150,000 borrowers, nearly 6 months ahead of schedule. Starting today, we're canceling student debt for borrowers who are enrolled in the SAVE plan and have been paying student loans for as little as 10 years. If they borrow less than $2,000, it's forgiven. $12,000, excuse me.
So you mean to tell me that anybody who borrowed like $12,000 getting their student loans? I mean, not to be wrong, but what college out there has just $12,000 in student loans? I don't know. Am I wrong? But just keep listening.
The loan is forgiven.
All right, and I think the rest of it is like he's just getting on a plane. Just the rest of it is just kind of like him chilling. So one of the things is that I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I think there might need to be like some moment where he can. I don't know. I think there needs to be more activity around the space of what's going on and why does he feel as though only 12,000. Like, can we get up to the higher numbers? You know what I'm saying? We need the higher numbers. Just saying, Biden, give us free. So it's funny nobody want to come to my little place because I got little cockroaches running around in my spot. I haven't cleaned up my property in a while, so just give me a moment. Just, I'm saying, get all these cockroaches everywhere. But yeah, so the sad thing about all of this is that the about like just having student loans, it's just like, how do we increase that value? How do we expand on like giving more to the people? You know what I'm saying? Like, how many of matter of fact, let me ask this: how many of you right now have student loans? Just let me know in the comments. Like, do you have student loans right now? And also, do you think it's fair that people getting their loans forgiven? I mean, for me, honestly, I think it's fair, to some degree. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're doing your due diligence, whatever, like they have their stipulations. I understand. You at least gotta do your public service for the time being. You gotta go in there and do your business, as we about to see them do here. Yeah, do your business. So by having the ability to do your business and realizing that life is be lifing, it is what it is. we gotta sit around and just deal with life and make it happen. But this goes back to what I was talking about or before, is that your dreams is one thing. What is it out there that is hosting and killing your dreams? We need to start thinking about what is it that we could do, or do we need to go out there and start shaking some trees? You know what I'm saying? Till all the fruit come off of it, or some sticks come out, or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do we got to do? Because it's so angry. You know what I'm saying? Look at this angry face. Let's see, wait, can I do the angry face? Yeah, where's my angry face? It's tired face. All right, you know what? How about my shocked face? All right. So these are the things that I want you to think about. Why is it that we have to sit around and just think about everything? You know what I'm saying? Why is it that why can't we make this stuff happen? But also, you know what? Let's think about some of these AI tools that are out there. What AI tools that you feel as though that could actually help you pay off your student loans? None. So let me stop. So one of the things I like about this show, because this is about that Wallace show, where we help you build strong financial habits. And because we have those habits, oh, let me catch this snowflake. Gotta run around with my net. Hold. Get it. Yeah. Let's see if I can try to catch the snowflake around here. Because that's kind of what we do. We kind of hang around here. Let me see if I can get a snowflake. Where's my snowflake? I saw one of them just floating around. I'm sure you guys saw it too. But there we go. Yeah, got one. Got a snowflake. I don't even know what I was supposed to do with these, but I got one. And there's an owl. Hey, owl. See if I can take a snapshot. Ooh. Take this snapshot. So the cool thing is that we have to sit around and think about, like, what is it that we want in our lives, and what is it that we feel like conjugating and everything like that. So how do we want to react to our dreams? And by having that opportunity, we got to make sure it happens. So, all right, I think we are coming down to the last 10 minutes of the show. And because we had such a great time today, I just want to say, I want you to start thinking about what is it that you have dreams for, and how are you going to take action. So this is the last tidbit. I love to give out like the cool tidbits in case for some of you who like to skip this whole episode, is to go ahead on and think about what is it that could help you be the best that you can be. Okay. And the thing about it is, like, I want you to start thinking about what activities that you can do to take advantage of your life. So to do that, and I lost my thought because I saw the balloon thing that's floating around, and I gotta get it. Come on. All right. So one of the things about I wanted to end this off with this whole show. I got raggedy play. So having the opportunity to do all the fun things that we do. One of the things I want to let you know is that I have the opportunity to be on podcast movement evolutions. So if you guys are not familiar with podcast evolutions or podcast movement at all, podcast evolutions, just think about it as the pretty much the end all, like the top of the line of podcast conferences. that conference has the ability to discuss what it is to, what is the future of podcasting? What is it that we plan on doing for, the industry? And I actually have an awesome opportunity to talk I have the awesome opportunity to do that, to have this discussion. And because I'm having this discussion, I actually want to share with you all a little secret. This is going to be awesome. So I just want to make sure that you go ahead on and lock in if you actually want to see the talk or actually see me in person. I'll be in Los Angeles at the end of March to discuss how can, you know, we can take podcasting structure to the next level. Now, what you see me doing right now, I'm actually trying to do a few test options, which is having that ability to create an environment, more than likely a 3D realm, just like how I'm doing here. I'm just playing a game. But imagine if I have all my guests in the background and we are both playing the same game. I think that would be really freaking awesome. What do you think? So, if we have that ability to play the video game, but also give you value at the same time, mind blown, right? Would you tune into that? Let me know in the comments. But also, on top of that, I want you to think about when it comes to bringing that assault uh, on your dreams. I want you to think about start creating urgency for your dreams. So, how do you create urgency for your dreams? You wonder, or you ask. The way how you create urgency for your dreams is by thinking it backwards. So say if you want a clean car, but you're just not sure how to do that. You can either A, take it to the car wash tomorrow and then go wash your car and let them deal with it for like 20 or 30 bucks, depending on the size of your vehicle. Next thing you know, you can actually start thinking about, well, what day you want to do it. Now you figure out what day you want to do it. Now you start thinking about, okay, now I know the day. What do I want to wear? What day would be best for me? What opportunities that would make the most sense? And because you already know what it is that you want to do, you create the urgency because you already built the steps in to accomplish those goals. So now that you already accomplished those goals, you're like, man, all right, take the small step. The first step is, well, you got to find a sunny day. Once you got on that sunny day, now you got to clear your schedule. Make sure that you have at least that 20 to 30 minutes because everybody is going to want to wash their car that same day. Now that you have the end of your schedule cleared out, now you go ahead on and start thinking, all right, how do I want to enjoy the rest of the day if I get done sooner than later? Now, because you figured out that you finished it sooner, all you have to do now is think about all right, well, what am I going to do for the rest of the day? Now that you got your car washed, you're done. Finito. So because you actually finished everything, now it's really cool. Now you can go ahead on and start thinking about, all right, my car is clean. Now what's next? What's the next deal? The next big deal is you can start thinking about, okay, saving money. And I like to talk about saving money because say if you want to save up maybe even $1,000 for your deductible for your car in case you have an emergency. Now, if you have an emergency, okay, so you need that $1,000. You know that you get paid every 2 weeks. So you can go ahead on and start putting in. So you need to think about well, how long would it take you to save $1,000 if you were to put down $20 a day? You put down $20 a day, $20 I mean, you take 1,000 divided by 20, and you get to calculate, how much time that is. I mean, how many times you have to do that. So by doing that, you need to do it at least 50 times. 50 times will get you $1,000. There's 52 weeks in a year, right? So if you save $20 every week, by the end of the year, you will have, a, 1,200. What is it? Yeah, 2, 5. Yeah. Did I say that? I don't think I said that right. You need to do it 50 times, 20 hours a week. There's 1,000. Yeah, I'm right. I'm not sure why I'm tripping over here, you guys. Math ain't math in a day. I don't know. Maybe because I'm playing video games at the same time. But one of the things I want you to think about is, create that urgency in your life. Create that urgency for your dreams. And by doing so, it's a dream big. And then once you dream big, take time out to really smell the roses. And just think about it, Take time out in your day to really relax and reflect on your life, as I'm doing right now with my character on. I just need to change my clothes because, what I'm saying, I look kind of, gotta put on my pants, my pantalones. I gotta take off my wetsuit. How am I supposed to take off my wetsuit? You guys, it's been a while since I played the game, so don't judge me. All right. So there we go. All right. So what I want you to do is just kind of think about it, think things backwards, because you'll create the urgency in your life that you need to be successful in what you want to do. With that being said, I just want to thank you all for joining the About That Water podcast show. And I hope that you have a wonderful evening and a wonderful night. Y'all be safe. I'm out. Peace. I think I'm sleep.